Hi, this is Marie from Underground Crafter, and this is the diagonal box stitch square pattern. So this is a pattern that I've created using a popular stitch pattern called the diagonal box stitch for the Mystery Lapghan crochet-a-long. We're going to start with a chain of 5 stitches, and then what we're going to do is turn, skip the first 3 stitches, and double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, so that's our first row. And then what we're going to do is chain 5 again, and that's how we're going to start our next row. Once more, we're going to turn, skip 3 stitches, and double crochet in the next 2. And now we're going to kind of flip the first little box, and this gets confusing, but the easiest way is to look for that chain 3 space, which will be a little bit loose. And then you're going to slip stitch in that chain 3 space, and what you'll see is that the stitches go in one direction from the previous row and another direction from the current row. And then you're going to chain 3 and make 2 double crochets into that same chain 3 space. And what you'll see here is that it's going to look like a little staircase, and if you ever get confused about which direction to turn, just make sure it's still looking like a staircase. So now we're going to begin increasing. So we're going to chain 5 again and skip 3 chains and then do 2 double crochets in the next, or sorry, 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And we're going to keep doing this across, adding a new box every row. So remember, look for that chain 3 space, and then you're going to slip stitch into that, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets into that same chain 3 space. And we'll keep doing that across to the end on these increase rows. So slip stitch into the chain 3 space, then chain 3, and 2 double crochets into that last chain 3 space. So we're going to keep doing that until the square grows to the size that you are looking for. Okay, so I have done now 8 rows, but you may have a different amount. What you really want to do is make sure that the straight edges are just slightly below 6 inches. Of course, you could make this larger or smaller, but for this crochet along, we're looking for it to be 6 inches. And what you want to do is in the last box of the final row, you're just going to, instead of doing a full 2 double crochets, you're going to do your chain 3 in the chain 3 space, then 1 double crochet in the chain 2 space, and then 1 part of a double crochet. With the last 2 loops remaining, you're going to yarn over with the new color, which in this case is blue. And then I'm going to turn it. Now I'm not going to chain 5 now because I'm going to start decreasing. I'm going to slip stitch into each of the first 2 stitches, and that'll be a little bit awkward because we're not making a chain or anything. And then I'm going to just make that a little bit snugger. And then I'm going to work across, slip stitching into the chain 3 space and chaining 3 again, and 2 double crochets in the next, or in the same chain 3 space. Just as I was doing before, except I didn't add a new box at the beginning. Now I'm decreasing, so the edge is going to be straightened and rather than getting longer. So what this will do is it will decrease a box at the end of each row. So now again, you're going to slip stitch into the chain 3 space, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets into the chain 3 space. And you're going to repeat that all the way across the row. When you get up to the last one on the row, you're actually just going to put a slip stitch. You're not going to start a new box, and what you'll find is that you'll end up with 1 less box for that row. Now we're going to turn again, and you're going to leave the yarn in the front, even though it's a little bit awkward, but it will prevent having little twists. and you're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches again. So you see, then you can put the yarn in the back after you slip stitch in the first 1. And then you're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space, and we're going to continue working across. Again, you'll be reducing a box each time. So you'll be just continuing with the chain 3 and 2 double crochets in each chain 3 space up until the last one, which you're just going to join with a slip stitch. We're going to repeat that row all the way until our very last corner, where we're going to do again a slip stitch in the chain 3 space, chain 3 and 2 double crochets into our very last little box. And then we're going to join with a slip stitch to the chain 3 space, and now we're actually going to fasten it off. And that's it. That is the square. Now, of course, you can change colors more frequently if you'd like. You can make it larger if you'd like. Just remember that your measurements on the straight edges, because this is square, will be the same. So whatever point that you decide to start decreasing, that will be the finished size of your project. I hope you enjoyed the square, and I can't wait to see your version.